Let's start at the beginning. Wes Anderson wasn't always the stylistic auteur he is today. His big screen debut came in the form of the 1996 Bottle Rocket, his most quote-unquote normal movie. Bottle Rocket follows much of the rules and styles of conventional cinema, but sows the seeds for the creation of stylistic elements that Anderson would later grow to be famous for. These elements are symmetrical framing, centered shots, from above, from straight on, camera tilts and pans, dramatic zooms, strict color palettes, and text. 類の友春に散る花 Anderson's second movie, Rushmore, marks a dramatic growing up in his visual style. He begins to stick to more specific color palettes and embraces his love of symmetrical framing. Rushmore also introduces the use of text captions to illustrate the passage of time and provide additional background, something which Anderson would later expand upon. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou introduced models and miniatures into Wes Anderson's visual vocabulary.
Let me tell you about my boat.
Bill Murray's voiceover tour of his boat, the Belafonte, uses both miniatures and full-scale open-faced models to paint a full picture of what its steps are like. Anderson would build upon this introduction in the 2009 Fantastic Mr. Fox and 2014 The Grand Budapest Hotel, both of which use models. Just as his visual style is distinct, Wes Anderson also casts the same actors again and again and again. Among his favorites are Bill Murray, Angelica Houston, Jason Schwartzman, Adrian Brody, and the Wilson brothers, Owen and Luke. Between them, he is credited for having gave the world Jason Schwartzman, reinvigorated Bill Murray, and collaborated extensively with Owen Wilson, co-writing Bottle Rocket, Rushmore, and the Royal Tenenbaums together. Seeing these players in different roles highlights their performance range, while their recycled nature becomes a core tenet of Anderson's style. Fantastic Mr. Fox is Anderson's first completely animated motion picture, and a stop-motion one at that. He had experimented previously with animation in The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, but only in small doses to show sea life. Fantastic Mr. Fox does not stray from Anderson's use of framing and strict color palettes. It also builds upon the director's previous use of text, combining both the Royal Tenenbaums' use of chapters and Rushmore's use of text to show time passing. Use of text goes even further in Anderson's next fully animated film, the 2018 Isle of Dogs. Partially in Japanese, English captions are used to accompany the sporadic use of spoken English to fill in any plot gaps for the non-Japanese comprehending population. Along with textual innovations, Isle of Dogs also plays with a new element in the Anderson visual canon, shadow. Throughout the film, Anderson toys with images of silhouettes and shadow in a way that none of his previous movies quite do. The results are images that are dramatic and have a high visual contrast. Anderson's distinctive visual style has inspired legions of fan sites and social media accounts created with his aesthetic in mind. Among the most prominent are Accidentally Wes Anderson, an Instagram account populated by an intriguing collection of would-be Anderson sets culled from all around the globe. The Rushmore Academy is another popular fan page encompassing a wide range of Anderson-related content. The list goes on, but often revolves around his visual style. A common critique of Wes Anderson is that his style is too predictable. GQ's Jeremy Gordon muses that a half a brain could intuit what that entailed. Droll one-liners that always land somewhere between sarcasm and sadness.
No, I want to die.
Final scenes shot in slow motion, liberally used 60s songs, immaculate fonts, beautifully designed sets, daddy issues,
This is my adopted daughter, Margot Tenenbaum.
white people, thematic resolutions that essentially boiled down to, and then he stopped being a dick about it. Saturday Night Live perfectly mashed together the most Andersonian traits in their skit, Wes Anderson.
Owen Wilson, Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelica Houston, Jason Schwartzman, Adrian Brody, the stop-motion mouse, and Alec Baldwin as the narrator. Rated G.
You get the picture.